Happy Friday, everyone. Look at FOIA around and find out. So I can't totally take credit for that really creative words. Well, the Friday part I can, but Candace Owens has gotten to FOIA requests, so I'm really excited to talk about that. We have a whole show to talk about, or a really good show planned, actually. I started this last night, and I was going to do a recording, and then I messed the whole thing up, and then I went live. And so anyways, well, I just decided to throw it all in the live for today. So public records, we're going to get right into it because that's what FOIA stands for, Freedom of Information Act. And I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone, for all your hypes and for the love and for the comments, because I had 2 videos this week on this topic of the public records and how Lively somehow got a portion of a public record, which was a video of a town planning board meeting, to get deleted. And in lieu of that, they said, well, we have the minutes, but the minutes that shows that the public records are not consistent. And that's a problem, in my opinion. So we did a whole deep dive about that, and you guys were so awesome. So thank you so much for hyping and everything. And before I play this was really cute, this clip about Candace getting into the FOIA. And plus, this is what I really love is she doesn't know how to say FOIA yet. Like, she calls it like F or I don't know. You'll see. It's really funny how she says it because it's still like a new term to her, I think. But before I do that, I just wanted to say hi to everyone and also give a quick disclaimer that at some point I might have to step out for a second because this is a continuation of last week where we had ADT here. So they're back. Anyways, hi. Oh, Michelle had to leave. Hey, Rose is Wild. Hey, Just Khaleesi. Hey, Kenny. Hey, Hesky Webbo. Let's see if I missed anyone. Hey, Elsie, how are you? Hey, Gal. Rosa is Wild. I said hi to you. Christina, how are you? Trish, at the beach. Jungle Vet Jill. You said you can't listen to the monk seal. Why not? It's a good story. It's really exciting when we get there. It has a different name than what we've been calling her. So we have oh, Mary, I haven't seen you in a while. How are you? Okay. So I am Irma. Good to see you. All right. Lori Jane. Hey, girl. I checked the Aaron Spencer docket already and nothing. State hasn't responded, probably because they can't. Oh, stop that. What are you talking about, Jungle Vet Jill? What do you mean it died? I'm going to have to do some Googling in a little bit. But we're going to get to that. I wasn't going to talk about that. I didn't even know that happened. And hopefully that's a different seal. But if not, that's really sad. Hey, Holly, how are you guys doing? Okay, so I think I got everyone. And so, okay, we're going to get into this. So this is really cute. So basically, there was crickets, again, about what I had brought up about this deletion of the public record. And I guess some people didn't really think it was that big of a deal, considering like everything else that she's like taken authorship of and deleted and like everything that we've seen. And so, but this is what I thought was really cool was that Candace Owen talked about. Oops. And so let me just pull that up 1 second. Sorry, guys. That did not go very smoothly. Okay.
Around Las Vegas, that's where Kash Patel's from. We just don't know. So I decided, hey, we should probably file an FOIA request. This is my new favorite pastime, by the way, filing FOIA reports. How have I not been doing this before? That's fun. That's a fun weekend activity, right? Don't go out and do an assassination attempt. Instead, stay home and file some FOIA reports to figure out what the hell our government is doing. Who are they even working for anymore? I wonder if we can file an FOIA report to figure out who Trump works for. That'd be interesting. I want some information. I would like to figure out who the president is working for. Just kidding. We already know the answer to that. Which brings me to my favorite thread of the week.
Okay. What did she call it? FOIA? Wait, how did she say it again? She says it's so funny.
Hell our government is doing. Who Patel's from, we just don't know. So I decided, hey, we should probably file an FOIA request.
FOIA request. Oh, so she calls it FOIA instead of FOIA. So it's so cute. Obviously, this is new. And I think that, but you know what? Good for her. I love it. And sorry if there is news. Don't worry, Jungle Vigil. Yeah, don't worry. I will not talk about, I know you said you don't read bad animals. I don't like to present bad animal stories, and so don't worry. We're not even talking about that. So, but if I ever do, I will give, the trigger, because I know it's not just you. There's other people in the chat who can't stand it. It's hard for me too. Candace has lost the plot, says Lori. Okay, but the whole point was just when she said the FOIA around and find out. I mean, that was really cute. I don't think she made that up. That's probably her, her producer or something. But I just thought it was really cute. You guys, they're testing the alarm. This is crazy. I don't even know if I should be streaming right now, but we're just gonna keep going with it. So here was the one thing that I wanted to make sure that was clear about this whole public records thing, because some people were like, oh, well, maybe they deleted the video because it was like a privacy thing. No. And not only that, but she did not have to be there. So when we pull up the minutes, they had someone else talk first. It was like, I think, one of the contractors. And he says, as I said, the homeowner is joining us on the meeting, and she asked to just briefly address your board tonight. So, sorry, hold on one sec. Can you guys hear that in the background? Hold on. Is that you? Oh, you can't hear it? Okay, are you sure? Because my chat might be delayed. Not really. Okay. Are you guys being sarcastic? Hold on one second. Okay, we're just gonna keep going. Oh my God. Okay, so it's not enough to matter. All right, we're just gonna keep going. So anyway, sorry about that. So it says, as I said, he said, as I said, the homeowner is joining us on the meeting, and she asked to just briefly address your board tonight, briefly, which was really funny because as we saw, it was not brief at all. It looked like it was 2 pages of things that she talked about. So anyways, so I was just saying, so she did not have to be there. So basically, she chose to be there. She wanted to be there because what they were asking was so absurd, kind of the way that they basically are buying up like a huge portion of this town. It's over 100 acres. And which I didn't even know, they also bought a plot across the street. They have like land on the other side of the street. So, and they were trying to like merge certain plots, whatever. So what they were asking was so extreme. So I think she thought that she could like go in there and use her celebrity to convince them and have an influence over them and try to butter them up. So anyways, what did you say? You said, Mary said, hey, someone remind me before this live is over to ask DFJ a question about another case, but I don't want to disrupt. Oh, well, don't worry, girl. Also, if DFJ could maybe ask me out loud in case, well, I'm not going to remember, Mary. I have a million things going on, so you're going to have to remember because I already have too many things on my plate. Oh my God, we have a new member. Hold on one second. This is so cool. Who is this? Oh my God, Mary. Thank you. Okay, well, now I have to remember your question because you just became a member. So, I will try to always, support all the members. I appreciate anyone who gives memberships. Again, the fees go towards the StreamYard, towards, sometimes pulling documents, whatever. So that's really cool. And also, sometimes like I'll do a I really hate asking for money, but that's why sometimes I'll do a goal to go towards like the Aussie fund because I'm just going to be in Aussie debt for the rest of my life. But from his surgery. So and you said you forgot you got a gift membership last month, so I had to renew. Well, thank you. That's so cool. So anyways, we're just going to keep going. So I just wanted to address that part with the public record, and then this other part here, again, just to show that she already had representatives there. Look, JJ Holdings LLC representative, well, that was her. Ed Delancey was there. Someone associates was there. This lawyer was there. I mean, she had enough people there. She did not actually even have to be there. She chose to be there because she thought, that she could butter them up and like convince them and put on a performance, and, a performance that none of us are going to be able to see. Hopefully someone from the town will be able to see. And this was a slide from one of the other videos, but basically, yeah, it just says all the same things. But I just was saying that it's kind of ironic that she chose to use her celebrity status to influence a planning board to get what she wanted, but then used her celebrity status to say that they need to hide these public records. Allegedly, that's what it appears. And because her identity and her address were already protected in the holding company, and the holding company, it's not even attached to her name. It's like a totally different thing. So none of us would have known this, but she chose to be there. It's crazy, really. And again, because like someone else is like, well, maybe if there's minutes, like that's why they don't have to keep a record of the video. And it's like, no, that's actually not how it works. Minutes are not a transcript. And this is funny because I did find there is like, or someone else found it. I can't take credit actually. Someone found it and posted it as a comment. And by the way, I always love your comments. Thank you so much. And someone posted it as a comment that that there was like 1 second where you can see her, like, and they time stamped it. And so I took a screenshot of that. So they didn't delete all presence of her there, but we know she was there. And I just think the whole thing is absolutely ridiculous.
A paralegal over there.
Oops. So I took Nag's advice and I phoned a friend lawyer.
A paralegal over there, or like, you know, phone a friend lawyer or something. It's not a sign.
So just, I loved how she said that. Phone a friend lawyer. So I did. I phoned a friend lawyer, well, a relative who is an attorney in New York and also lives in one of these small towns and sits on one of these boards. Well, actually, she's like, she's I want to say it's like a supervisor or whatever, representative. I mean, it's like, it's a big deal. Like, and I ran this by her. And I just said, like, what would happen if like this was happening on your board? Like you had someone come in, a celebrity, they bought up a bunch of parcels. They wanted to like merge the parcels. And then they come in on their, you know, they didn't even have to be there. They wanted to address the board. They do this like diatribe in a meeting. And then they come back and ask for that portion of the video to be deleted. So it's like, I was like, what would happen? And she's like, that would be chaos. She's like, I already have a headache thinking about that. She's like, that would be so stressful. She's like, our residents would go nuts if we did that for one person. She's like, that's just like, and you know, it is very questionable legally, even though most likely nothing would happen, you know, it's going to happen, but it's also, it's a liability, as she's like, for her personally, like she wouldn't be the one to do it, but she's like, I couldn't do it. You know, and so she said that she wouldn't be okay with it. And that most likely, I mean, at least where she lives, like if one resident found out, then they would all go crazy. So that's why I'm saying, hopefully someone from Lewisboro, some resident, if this mostly affects them. So hopefully if one of them, you know, if they come across this, like maybe they can bring it up to the board themselves. I did see a comment in here, and sorry, I missed some of the comments before. It's chaos here. Chaos constantly. I am Irma said, DFJ, not sure you saw my message. I called Lewisboro, was given contact info for the town supervisor and the town attorney. So I did contact both the supervisor and the attorney. Their information is also like on that same, I'm guessing where you got the number. It's all kind of on the same page, or it's easy to navigate from there, but I reached out to both and didn't hear back. And so, and I don't think that they will. And I think, well, let me get to that slide so just we can put a little bow on this. But, oh, before that, oh my God, it does not end today. Hold on 1 second. This is actually a really important call. Sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh, okay. So I'm so sorry. By the way, so there was one correction to the last video, and it was that I used, oh my God, you guys, should I give up? Can you hear that? This is crazy. Okay, so basically I made a very bad example. I said like this is the equivalent of like jaywalking, and I knew when I said it that it was like a very bad example. Like, you know, people are you know, everyone does it and you can get away with it, but because this is different, not everyone deletes public records. So what I should have used as an example was not this. What I should have used in that video as an example was to say that just like Van Sham, evidence laundering, that nothing's going to happen. It's not right. I'm sure there's legal issues there, but nothing's going to happen. And so that is what I meant to say. Never give up. No, I know, but it's not fair to expose you guys to like all these alarms. And let me go to what the next one is. Let me see what I had. Yeah, so that's why I said that I was passing this torch to the locals. So, and this is what I do if I were them. If I would do a FOIA request for the full video and see what happens. See if they even give them the full video. And also then I would compare that to the minutes, because you can already see in the minutes there's a lot of errors in there. And then I would also see if any other records have been deleted. I would just ask. You can even do a FOIA like between just that JJE whatever holding. Just you can do a FOIA for just that and see what records come back. And then I said bonus, make a public comment. And then this is what I'm hoping someone from Lewisboro does. I would go to the next planning meeting, I would make a public comment, and then I would request for that portion of the video to be deleted afterwards and just see what happens. And then, yeah, I said I got my own fires to put out and fire alarms. And look, I just said bad neighbors. I mean, you guys look at this. This is crazy. This house or whatever, like that they're building there. Yeah, this was the latest photos, but here's what was interesting. So I was trying to research this meeting, and because I wanted to see, I've obviously had found certain articles about it, but I was like, there wasn't a lot of, like comments on those articles and stuff. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do the Reddit thing. I'm going to search on Reddit and try to find something. And I didn't find, everyone kept saying that they've seen a portion of this video. That's what people kept commenting to me. They're like, oh, we've seen this her comment at the planning board meeting, but no one can show it to me. So I don't know. I don't think it exists. The only thing I found was without a crystal ball, reading the minutes as Blake Lively, but not actually Blake Lively. So I went on Reddit, and there is the county where the city is in. There was a funny thread about this, about the lien, the $2 million unpaid liens. And these comments were so funny. They said, 8 years of ongoing construction on a house is wild. I can't even imagine dealing with the noise and back and forth traffic in Lewisboro for that long. And then this person says, it's destroyed any semblance of peace for the surrounding neighborhoods. And then someone else said, 110 acres. I'm sure their surrounding neighbors are not as affected as you think. And then someone said, shoot, that's close to me. And then someone else said, same, till they're practically my neighbors. And they are my neighbors and they suck. And this person said, hopefully Ryan doesn't burn down your house. And they said, that's why I'm not saying more. So I just thought that was pretty funny. And then I found something really cool when I was searching for this, because I think there was like another article about this a long time ago, right? Like almost a year ago or something. And our guy, Clark, from Reddit, I saw this one. Yeah, so this was said a year ago. So I can't even remember the article was, but I just saw this comment. And someone said, being insufferable monsters that contractors don't want to deal with and can never please anyways would be my guess. And Clark said, I bet they stiff them too. That was a year ago. So, Clark on Reddit, he's the one who got us like all the audio CDs from the clerk in New York. So just wanted to give him like a little shout out. I thought that was cool. Like he saw the future. I mean, I guess we all could have maybe guessed that they weren't going to pay, but I don't think we would have guessed it like this. 5 liens, I would have never guessed. I think that's crazy. Okay, so and one more thing on this is just to like, yeah, put a bow on this. Are you guys still in the chat? Is everything still working? Because I only see one comment from Jungle Vigil. It says, DFJ, I have a plan to ensure we receive an answer, but don't want to give BL and RR a heads up. Okay, well, don't tell us what you're doing. You could just surprise us. Hold on, I'm just gonna make sure I check in the chat because on YouTube, because on StreamYard, nothing's coming through. Oh, okay, I see you guys. You're out here planting seeds, passing the torch. Yeah. Okay, so nothing's coming through on my StreamYard. I don't know what's going on with it today, but just to put it just to put a bow on this, I had like the ADT alarm going off. And then also one of my neighbors that was helping fight to save the land, she just passed away this week. And so my family is helping to like do the reception. So that was something else that happened literally right before I started. And then I had got another phone call about it. And so it was crazy. It was yesterday, like I said, I got a public records request that we had been waiting on this one for so long. And this is why you can't delete public records, because it literally has stuff in there that had things in there that the city acknowledged of certain things that cannot happen if, they try to develop this wildlife refuge that we're trying to save. Well, it's a wildlife corridor, but we call it a wildlife refuge. So, and it's almost like I felt like her presence. I was like, wow, this was a huge document to get. And I've been going back in the city like records. I've been doing FOIA requests and going in the records and doing deep dives. And there's even video of the previous owners going, like talking to the city, saying like why they want to preserve the land around here, how fragile it is. It's literally right up next to like the water and the mountain. And they originally bought it, their whole purpose they bought it was to stop another development. This was like in the 80s. And so it's crazy that this trustee was doing what they're doing to that land. But this trustee, if they had done what Blake Lively did and got a portion of the video deleted where the previous owners are saying what they're saying, we would have never had this. And this is going to be really helpful and powerful to us. So whatever. Sorry, totally long tangent. But this is why I think what she did was such a big deal. But you know what? No one else seems to want to talk about it, like what she did with the deletion of the video. Maybe no one else thinks it's a big deal in the scope of things. And that's fine. It is what it is. I got another thing. Oh my gosh. Jungle Vet Jill, you became a member. You are awesome. I appreciate you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm so happy to see you. We hadn't seen you in a little bit. And so thank you. All of your guys' support has been so awesome. So we're just going on to the next thing now. And that was the 47.1 hearing is on Monday. And, you know, the only thing I'll have to say about this, I already posted it like both on X and on YouTube. And so basically Judge Lyman, you know, he gave them homework for over the weekend. You know, that they have to, the deadline, because the 31st is Sunday. So Sunday by 5, he wants each side to submit a single space letter of no more than 2 pages with 12-point font and no footnotes, limited to listing the cases the party would like the court to review with quoting or explanatory parentheticals, whatever. So, and then the hearing's on Monday, which is crazy. And then hopefully, knowing Lyman, he's not going to decide Monday, right? He's just going to let it drag on even longer. But the one thing I did want to show, I don't know if anyone else did this, but I just want to compare what Gottlieb had asked for compared to like what Lyman gave them. So when Gottlieb had asked for the 47.1, he wanted up to 5 pages. So Lyman's saying 2 pages. And you know he's going to want the footnote. Like they love their footnotes. And there's no footnotes. And he also wanted like 7 days or something. And Lyman basically dropped this on them yesterday, so Thursday, and then they get like until Sunday. I'm sure they already have something written up if they wanted this submitted just to have it on hand. But yeah, I thought it was pretty interesting when you just compare the two. So it's kind of like, I don't totally understand what the hell Lyman's doing. He should just shut this down. I don't even know why he's entertaining it. But yeah, he didn't give them like exactly what they wanted. He's like, keep it short, just like give me the cases, whatever. I don't even know what cases they are going to cite.
You do.
Oh, okay. We do have one more Blake Lively thing. I cannot believe this stream went like, I didn't even want to have anything to do with her, but things keep happening. Cause like, why are we still here? Do I need to shut that off? Okay. So it says the exact info on the letter is for Gottlieb. What do you mean? The exact info on, oh yeah, exactly. Right. Kenny says this property isn't far from Markham where the studio is going to be. Oh yeah. Well, you know what else it's not far from? Matt Damon. Remember what did she call them? Her nice guys? Can you imagine like being like Matt Damon and then having these people like buy up a huge part, like 100 acres near your home? And they're going to be like, oh my God, he's not going to be able to get away from them. He's going to have to move or something. I don't know, but I think it's pretty scary. Yeah, just crazy. Let me just check in with you guys before we go to the next one. Holly, Team Truth out here sharing, planting seeds and passing the torch. That's so awesome. Christine says, oh, I forgot to chase that video down for you. I'm sorry. I'll make a note of it. I don't think it exists, Christina, because I got a lot of comments on that video. And a lot of people said they thought that they had seen the video. Okay, let me just pull up one of them for you guys. Just as like an example of what they said was, because these ladies, they were trying to figure it out too. But no one could come up with it. Like literally no one could find it. It was, I have one right here. Because they thought someone thought it was like someone with like darker hair, darker skin who had brought it up. Was it that one? No. Is it this? I can't even find those comments now. I had saved them so that I could try to like go back and look and see. But yeah, no one seems to know where they saw this video from, if it even existed, and who knows if they posted it as the full video or if they posted it edited. But there is like record in I showed it in the first video, maybe. Yeah, in the first video of the article where someone was at that meeting. And so they had mentioned like what was said. So the video of the town hall, yeah. And then Kenny said, maybe the video is now a Mandela effect. I don't know. So people are saying that they definitely saw it. I mean, if you saw it, show me. No one's been able to show me. No one. So if you do, just send it to me. I want to see it. So far, okay. So, are you talking about going to the on Monday? That's so exciting. So Irma's going to be going. Lauren, Carol, docket update. Shout out to her. Teresa and Elsie. Well, that will be so fun. Okay, so you've seen the video. You actually saw her speaking. Okay, so it exists. So yeah, you guys, you got to find it. Someone has it, but we just don't know who has it, right? Is that what it is? Markham, is that where Hollywood North? No, she's in so Lewisboro is in New York. So I mean, it's like the Boone Hall of the North, maybe. You know, her plantation of the North, who knows? Okay. So we are going on to the next one. DFJ, the funniest part was when Lyman wrote no footnotes. That was aimed directly at chest thumping Ezra's footnote fetish. Yeah, I think they both have a footnote fetish, to be honest. Scavenger hunt. Yeah, see if you guys can find it. I'm telling you, there was so many people think they've seen it, but no one's been able to pull it up. So whoever does, yeah, you'll win the scavenger hunt that has no prizes, except for we'll give you credit. So this is a funny video. So Andy has filed 2 things to get out of his subpoena. I don't even know why they're still like the subpoena is defunct. Like it's moot because there's no case attached to it anymore. But I guess they have to go through the process and file 2 things. But just shout out to
you do. Put me on the main page here. I am telling you all, as Blake Lively here, do not give him more money to win this case. How dare you even consider it and go to his website, Popcorn Planet, and donate to his Give, Send, Go. He's made plenty of enough of money. I want to take it all. It's my money now, bitch.
I'm the captain now, bitch.
Exactly.
I'm
the captain now.
Fat shame.
So, yeah, basically he filed like a motion to vacate and also a notice about how I think it was, well, let me go to it real quick. This one was for, notice of settlement in the underlying action and suggestion of mootness of pending subpoena dispute. So I don't know. Have you guys seen this one already? Because I won't waste your time reading it. Hello, Stina B9. Well, glad the algorithm led me here. Well, we're glad it led you here too. So Holly says, I recall 2 planning meetings she participated in that you watch. Well, then y'all, I can't find them. I've done so much searching, so it might be under a different thing. Okay, let me pull up the comments. See if this refreshes any of your guys' memories, because now that y'all keep saying that, I know I posted it to someone. Maybe it was Kinney. Did I respond to Kinney about it? Let me go to my replies, because I think I posted like a screenshot of the comments. It was like a section of the comments where these girls were trying to pinpoint exactly who they saw it from. And I'll see if it helps you guys. Was it like forever ago or something? Okay, here. I think this was it. I don't see it there. I thought that I had commented it to you, Kenny, but now I can't even find it. So who knows? But yeah, someone had, there was like this group of comments where they were saying, I think they said it was someone light skin who does light black skin or light dark skin, sorry, who does commentary on like entertainment things, doesn't report on the case a lot, had black hair, and that like they hadn't seen anything lately. So maybe that was it. I don't know. Anyways, so we're just going to keep going. And have you guys seen this though from Andy? Did you want to see it, or are we moving on? Kenny, weird. I wonder if they needed a lot of land. Seems like a weird place to put them. Oh, the solar panels on the land. Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know. The whole everything she said in that meeting was so bizarre to me. But anyways, could it be Zach? No, I don't think it was Zach, because they said it was someone who does entertainment stuff and only did a few things on this case. But I don't even know if they know if that's it. Okay, hold on. We got an email. Oh my God. Okay. This is, you guys, we have something. This is going to be a really good, cute treat that I'm going to share at the end. Hey, Vig, how are you? How's your puppy? I know you were at the vet. Let us know. We're praying for you. We love animals here, so we hope that your animal's okay. I'm glitching out too much. I am? Gelth, am I glitching? You guys, can you hear the sound? Is there a sound issue? Can you guys let me know? Please let me know, because I will do something about that if there is. Okay, Gelth, reload. So is the sound good for everyone? I've heard that StreamYard was having issues like yesterday and today. Who was at the vet? Oh, I'm fine. Okay. Vague was at the vet. Not at Jungle Vet, Jill, but at the vet. Oh, I was going to show you guys Ozzy, but he's not out there. Okay. We're going to keep going. So, all right. So we won't go over this thing for Andy, but it's just everything that Lively does. It's just like, why are we here? Like, this should be done. I feel so bad that he still has to go through this, but you know what? I hope even when the whole Blake Lively thing's over, I hope Andy still does this wig impression, and he does such a good job. Honestly, I think he's a great Blake, and I think it would just be fun. I think if I was him, I'd do it like once, or anytime he reports on Blake, I would dress up as her, because he does such a good job. So I think it's really cool. Okay, I thought we were done with the Blake section. Sorry, one more thing. Anyone in Lake County, Illinois, because I need help. We need to get these court documents. This is crazy. There's another creator, Ken's, who is the only one I know who's been able to get any docs. And, shout out to her, because she did let me know that she hasn't gotten any of the recent ones, because on this week, on the 26th, so that was, what day was that? Wednesday? No, I think it was Tuesday. Well, whatever. But there was another, remember, there was supposed to be the sentencing hearing. Well, it got continued again. Why? I don't know. But this is insane. This guy was supposed to have been sentenced back in freaking February. Okay, we're almost in June. In fact, the next one, it says it's going to be next week, June 4th. Why? Why does this keep getting pushed back? And why is it so impossible to get these documents? Like, why can't they just have an online system for reals? So I'm just going to have to we're going to have to do the bat signal out to all of Team Truth, see if there's anyone around Illinois, around Lake County, Illinois, which is like a suburb of Chicago, to see if they can just do us all a solid, go to the courthouse. I'll pay for it. I'll pay for their parking. In fact, I'll pay for their Starbucks or whatever they need on the way there. We need to get these documents, and it's driving me insane. I hate when there's not access to documents. So, did we get an update from Big? The dog is better. They let him come home this morning. My daughter put him outside, and it really got there. It really hot here and humid. Then she did her makeup. Oh, she did the dog's makeup. Well, I hope he's okay. So you say he's better. Well, thank God he's better. That's great. And okay. It said, do you have any approximate dates when she appeared? Yeah, we have the exact date. It was June 22nd, or sorry, June 21st, 2022. Yep. Okay, and then it says, what else do we have? Oh, Holly says, is Brianna Weldon the light skin creator everyone is trying to remember? She makes BL videos on occasion. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know who that is, actually. But if sound, what do you mean sound? Do you not have sound, Khaleesi? You sound perfect. Okay. I don't know what is going on. You guys just got to keep me posted. So we're going to the next thing. So, thank you, Irma. She said that we sound good. So I don't know, Khaleesi, maybe you have to refresh. Maybe it's YouTube. All right, we're going to the next case. So yeah, I'll keep you guys posted on this. I don't know what is happening with it. But again, this was the Arsonist, and this was just another, I just feel like they always, the Boonhall Bozos always leave, like a trail of victims in their wake. And it's like, God, I feel so bad for all their neighbors. So hopefully they know what's going on out there. All right, are y'all ready? Now we're going to Hawaii. We're going to a totally different case. And don't worry, Jungle Vet Jill, no one dies in this part of the reporting. So first of all, we thought that the monk seal in Hawaii, remember we've been covering this? we thought that she was named Lonnie because that's what everyone was saying. And there was hashtag justice for Lonnie. She was 28 years old. Well, according to this article, it says the seal was previously identified by federal prosecutors as a female named Lonnie, but the seal involved was actually an adult male called R404, the National Marine Fisheries Services scientists found, according to the Honolulu Star Advertiser. So there's no nickname. I think we could do what if it's like R2D2. No, R404. I mean R404, maybe R404. I don't know what's the best way to say it, but that's who it was. It was a male that had the giant boulder thrown at it. Didn't hit it. It doesn't seem like it hit it in the video that he was hit, but he definitely was, bothered and kind of like sitting in the water for a while before he went off. But this is what's crazy. This jerk, this Igor Linchovic, whatever you say his name, Lytynchik, whatever. His lawyer put out this like press release the day before. I don't even know if it's a press release or interview, but he basically said that Igor has faced death threats and doxing, including receiving a package at his home containing what appeared to be feces. It's like, and then it said, which first of all, that's whatever. You think that's bad? You think that's how is that a death threat? They gave him exactly what he is. He's a piece of crap, and that's so. Shout out to whoever did that to him. But it said I don't think that's that bad. It's not like anyone threw a freaking boulder at his head. And then he said his client was being treated unfairly because he was a white outsider. Really? You think you think that he's being treated like this because he's white? You don't think he's being treated like this because he freaking tried to kill a protected species like the monk seal? Like, what? And then was a jerk about it and said, I don't care, find me, I'm rich, I can pay for it. You don't think and then lied and said that there was turtles. He was trying to save the turtles. And then we find out through his lawyer, and because there was rumor about it before that he's like this with other seals or sea lions, like because he fishes. And that wasn't even confirmed until his own lawyer confirmed it and said they're really aggressive in the West Coast. And so what does that mean? That would justify him throwing boulders at their head? What? So this guy's a jerk. Anyway, so he had a hearing. He had to be in court, his initial appearance in Hawaii. And basically, it says that he appeared in U.S. District Court in Honolulu Wednesday, where he pleaded not guilty to charges of harassing and attempting to harass a protected animal. That's actually not technically accurate. It's not harass. They use the word take, remember? And then take has a whole connotation. U.S. Magistrate Judge Rom Trader allowed him to remain free pending the criminal case, but ordered him to stay away from beaches and marine wildlife while in Hawaii. And so that's the other thing. It's like, why can't you force him to stay away from beaches and marine wildlife everywhere? Why, like, if it's dangerous there, why wouldn't it be dangerous anywhere else? Like, that's obviously something he does, is throw things at animals. But okay. And then he says, the judge said, you're not going to the beach. You understand that, Trader told Igor, who responded that he understood. Igor declined to comment after the hearing. Before his hearing on Wednesday, the defense lawyer for Igor said that his client was trying to protect sea turtles and has since been physically assaulted, threatened, and doxxed. And then, they left feces outside his door. I mean, F around and find out, right? Next hearing is June 9th back in Hawaii. Oh, here was one other interesting note I found. This photo I thought was his mugshot. This is actually a driver's license photo. So where the hell is the mugshot? I want to see the mugshot. I'm going to do a FOIA for the mugshot because he has to have one because he turned himself in because there was the arrest warrant. So I don't know why none of the outlets seem to have it. I don't know if it's like an issue with because he was detained, like because he turned himself in Seattle, if they have to send it to Hawaii and then we can get it from there, or if we can get, I don't know. But don't worry, I am on it because I love a good mugshot. Okay. Yes. Okay. So we're going to get to this one next. I just wanted to check in with the chat first, though, before that, and see what you guys think. You said, no, her makeup and forgot. Oh, Your daughter was doing her makeup and forgot about your dog outside, so when you got home, he was overheated. He had to be put in an oxygen tank and cooled. Oh, poor baby. I'm so sorry. That's so, oh, thank God he's okay. Oh, yeah. You know, I have this thing that I do, like, and I just tell everyone to do it, but like even before I ever leave the house, I always make sure to say bye to all the animals and make sure I can see them. And I do it also again at night, anytime before I go to bed, to make sure Ozzy hasn't just like, you know, pulled a magic trick and somehow like got out, or no one got stuck anywhere or anything, because you never know. But that is so sad. I am so glad he's okay. And yeah, Ozzy was in the oxygen tank too. That's a big bill, I bet also. I'm so sorry, but I'm glad he's okay. Andy is missing BL's hive, old nose, and her old gummy smile. Yeah. DFJ, I will let you know if there's a sound issue. Okay, cool. Because I am checking, because that always sucks. I hate that. I have a sound issue here. I mean, I'm doing like a live during an alarm testing, but it is what it is. Okay. You said, I don't know, sound was glitchy, but seems fine now. Really? Okay. Well, you have to just let me know. You don't think it was Brianna because I don't sub to her. Okay. He needs a better name. I know. Can we name this seal something better? He deserves a better name. Is Rocky 2 on the nose? Khaleesi. That is actually really cute. I like it. And I think there is one named Rocky, though. I'm pretty sure when I was looking up the seals, there was another one named Rocky. Look at you guys. That's exactly what he is, right? The canceled always gets me. I know, right? Dad joke, stupid joke. Oh, wow. Okay. So, yeah, you thought he was rich, right? I know. Well, he had a public defender in Seattle, which that's weird. I'm not sure how he qualified for that, but then he's paying for his lawyer in Hawaii. So, and that's the only 2 places he's allowed to travel to right now. So, well, an insider wouldn't have done that, dummy. Yeah. Kenny says, I live on the West Coast and have been to the coast many times, never heard that they are aggressive, but you don't antagonize them either. Well, that's the whole thing, right? Hold on one second, you guys. Okay, so exactly. I've never seen them aggressive, and you just leave them alone. You let nature be. And like if the guy's such a jerk. I thought he said he did it and it would be fine. Well, he did say that, right? He was like, I don't care. But then now he's saying he didn't know there were seals and that he only did it to protect the turtles because he likes turtles. But the footage doesn't show any freaking turtles, so I'm not really sure what he's talking about. Yes, this is so true. Jen Meowie, serial killers start with animals. Yes, what I always say is like it never stops with animals. So if there's any sort of cruelty at all, that there's something else going on there. And that's why I said, you know, that person, who was it? The one that was like in the White House or whatever, who shot her dog. I was just like, you guys, what are you doing? This person is like that's like not even the worst thing she's done. Like I guarantee there's like worse things, because that is the fact that if someone brags about that, what are they not talking about? Okay. So seals only shore up on the beach, apparently, says Trish. Yep. Did the seals discriminate against them? I know, so funny. So yeah. Is it a Frenchie? Asked Jungle Vet Jill. I think she's asking you, Vig. No, not a Frenchie, but an English Staffordshire Bull Terrier. Oh, what a poor baby. Mary said, oh my God, when I leave the house, I say, bye-bye, babies. Love you. Be good. And if I forget, I go back inside to tell them I'm sorry. And then I say it. Yeah, I always check, because I have another cat right now who's a senior. She's like, and so sometimes she gets a little disoriented. So I always just like to make sure she didn't like get stuck somewhere, just make sure she's like, because she has like a safe space area when I leave. And so I just like to make sure she's in there and I could see her visually, and that, yeah. So it's a good habit to have. Elsie, man, a couple weeks ago, I think I tried searching Blake. See, you said a couple weeks ago, but some people are saying they think they saw it like a while ago. Veg says, I was scared. Thanks, everyone. Well, we're praying for, what's his name? We're praying for him. We hope he's okay. You do that. I do, and I tell my dogs what time I'll be back. Well, that's so sweet, Trish. I read that dogs need to know what time we'll be back, so I let them know. They're so much smarter than us. I think that they do like to know that. And I'm not even kidding. I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Ozzy's former owners were Russian, because sometimes when I watch like figure skating and the commentaries in Russian, because I watch on the Russian channel, he gets like, he's so fascinating. He like will come. It's like it's like they're calling him or something. It's very strange, but yeah, animals are so smart. Okay, R404, so cute. Look at his lips. I know, he's so cute. Okay, next case. What do we have next? Let's just keep going. So sorry about all the background noise, everyone. Okay, so jungle vigil. No one died here, but you might not want to hear this story. But it needs some attention. So, okay, I think that hopefully this is going to have a happy ending, and that's why I am sharing it. But basically, okay, so there's a dog named Snuggles. And if you haven't seen it on my X, I'm just going to give you a really quick rundown. And basically, he has been wrongly sentenced to death. But right now, there's a stay because the owners filed a notice that they're going to do an appellate brief. And the Tucson City Prosecutors, Tucson, Arizona, Alan Merritt, he has the power to negotiate. And the family, the dad is a veteran. This is almost exactly like that Lucy story. But as you guys know, like when I look into this stuff, I really look into it before I share. I like to know as much as I can. So some, things I'll help. But like this one, because sometimes with dog bite cases or whatever, sometimes there's other things that are going on. This one, honestly to God, everything about this is so wrong what's happened here. This was a puppy. It was a 1-year-old puppy. And it was the grandmother was bit. Okay. And she even wrote that like she had provoked the dog because she came and spooked it from behind. There was another dog at the time that had ran onto their property, and he turned around and he bit her. But he let go when he realized it was her. And then she got medical attention. And then I guess she said it was a dog bite, they automatically called the Pima animal care and control, Pima County. This is the same county as Nancy Guthrie, by the way. So Pima County, they called it animal care and control. And then, so they came and they took the dog, and they said it was only going to be for 10 days. Well, it's been 8 months. And so, and the problem, this dog was only 1 year old, but he wasn't fixed. And the owner acknowledged, she said that, they got bad advice. They thought they were supposed to wait longer. And so they think that was part of the issue, but they have begged, and they've said that they would get Snuggles fixed, that they would keep him confined. They have a 3-acre property, and they said they would just keep him confined there, make sure he never leaves there. They would get him behavior training, and they would do whatever it takes to spare his life. They have I think she said it's called like a horse standard size wall, like a really big fence, like they've reinforced it and everything so that neighbor's dog can't come onto their property anymore. And here's the kicker. The grandmother already, she told the court and she told the prosecutor, like, I am not a victim. And she's like, I want Snuggles to come home. It's Sergeant Snuggles, by the way. How cute is that? And also, so she's saying she's not a victim. So it's just like, then if there's no victim, they shouldn't be going after this animal. And it was on private property. Like this, it wasn't like they were out walking and it happened in public. Like this was on private property. And the person is saying like, puppies sometimes bite. Grandmas sometimes bleed. They bleed a lot easier than, most of us. So it is what it is. And she shouldn't have come up and spooked him from behind like that, but she said, like, we want him home. And she said she's not scared of him. And anyway, so the judge also misstated the victim statement wildly. Oh, hold on one second. The installation has complete. Have a good weekend. Okay, you guys. So ADT is done. You guys want to come with me one second? Should we lock the door? Let's go lock the door. Intermission. Oh, I was going to play something for intermission. Hold on. I even had it pulled up and ready. Okay. Oops. Here's what I'm going to play for intermission. I'll be right back. I'm just going to go lock the door. Okay. It was this one.
Yes, my son is weird. And part of what made me realize I could be in Mrs. Crumbly's shoes is I sent texts to my husband saying, our daughter is a psycho today. On the way to school last week, she's crying. She doesn't have people to sit with at lunch. I texted him, she's a nutcase. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to handle this. I don't have time for this. My other daughter is complaining about her lights flickering in her room. I texted my husband, this sounds like a case. The start of a case. My husband works for my office. He's actually my office manager, so he knows about the case. He went in her room and figured out in 5 minutes it's because when she flips her blow dryer on, one of our plugs makes the lights flicker. So this ghost that you would read about in my text, my son is weird. And part of what made me realize I could be in Mrs. Crumbly's shoes is I have sent my text.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, here we are. We are back. That was just that's just it's one of those like TikToks that still gets like views and comments for some reason. I just think it's pretty funny. Okay, so we're just let me go back to the slides. Yeah, okay. So basically the dog, so it wasn't fixed. So the family has been like, they're really reasonable. They're very responsible, and they need him back. And so where they're at right now is, I guess, and you know what's really interesting was that the judge, before the hearing started, said that she's not familiar with these types of cases and the law regarding this case. So she's like, it might be, she's like, but, we'll see. And then by the end of it, she sentenced the dog to death. And it's just like, that would never fly if this was a human. Like if a human came into court and the judge is like, oh, I'm not used to these death penalty cases, but we'll see what happens. Like, how is that okay? So, anyways, oh, you know what I realized? I'm going to get demonetized, right? For playing that. Well, it is what it is. Too late. So, yeah, basically here's the people that we can contact, and ask them to please negotiate, because right now it's the Tucson city. So it's not like even Pima County, it's the Tucson city prosecutor and it's this guy right here, Alan Merritt. I'll show you a picture in a second. It's him that it's up to him. He has the authority to just negotiate with the family. And this was an example I gave. I said, just be respectful. For example, I'm calling in regards to Snuggles, the family dog currently facing euthanasia in Tucson. I am asking for a fair review of his case and consideration of alternatives to euthanasia. Please negotiate with the veteran family for everyone's sake. I have an audio of the hearing. I won't play it. You guys can watch it on your own if you want to hear. But basically, you can see the judge totally misstates what the grandma says. And they show part of the grandma statement where she says that she wants it back. The judge says, oh, the victim's scared of the animal, scared to go home. That's not what she said. She said the kids want the dog home. And we can even listen to it like without the sound. You can see, this is like Sergeant Snuggles. He snuggles. That's what he does. And he's a puppy. The whole thing's crazy. And so what I wanted, though, to let you guys know that I did also, and I don't know what you guys think of this, but I did, oops. Oh yeah, they need a lawyer. We're going to get back to that. Oh, this was the first prosecutor. So her reasoning for saying that he had to get put down was because the behavior expert said it couldn't guarantee with 100% that the dog wouldn't bite someone else again. And they're like, well, that is just not how it works. And they're like, it most likely won't happen, if they get it fixed. Do I have sound? Okay, cool. If they get it fixed, and what kind of dog is it? It's a I forgot, but there's a photo of it. You can see him right here. He's so cute. It's some kind of shepherd, I want to say. And but he was a puppy, and so okay, cool. So they're gone. You didn't mean to do all caps. That's okay. What was I just saying, you guys? I just spaced out for a second. Oh yeah. So the behavior expert said that they're like, it most likely won't, like there's mitigating circumstances, like you get the dog fixed, you make sure that no other animals can come onto the property, you can maybe keep grandma away from the dogs for a little bit, or, be there when she's around them or something. And do training. And he's a puppy. He was only 1 year old. Now he's 2. He spent half his life now in the Pima animal care and control. And the workers there have told the family how sweet and not aggressive this dog is. So the whole thing is crazy. But so what I did, and I don't know what you guys will think about this. Let me get to my slides really quick. Yeah. These were the jerks. So this was the Ronnie Byrne. This was the first prosecutor who said because the expert couldn't guarantee 100%, which I think I was kind of shocked that the family's lawyer didn't object. The family's lawyer basically stepped away because she's like, this is out of my realm. So right now they're still looking for a lawyer. So if anyone does know a good lawyer in like Tucson, Pima County, they really need one. They've been calling around, we've reached out to like all sorts of people. I even reached out to Greg Woodnick, and I was like, do you know anyone? I was like, sorry to reach out to you. I've been following your work for a long time. I just know you're like a good person to ask. And even the person he recommended, like, has not been responsive. So it's really hard, but they need right now, she just needs a lawyer to represent her to at least try to negotiate with the city prosecutor. And then because now it's an appellate, because they did an appeal and the appeal was like automatically denied for some reason. So now they're gonna like go it's an appellate issue. But before it gets there, the prosecutor could still negotiate to save the life. So this is what, and this is the Allen guy. This is the jerk right here. Hold on, let me get to that. This one. This is whose hands Snuggles' life is in right now. This guy. But even though we think he's a jerk, we still have to be nice and respectful, hoping that they will maybe he'll have a change of heart. But here's what I did. I don't know what it's going to do, but I said, what if we offered to adopt several dogs to spare one? Because I was looking up, I was just doing my research, and the Pima Animal Care and Control, they are at overflow. They are at capacity. And because it's also up to the guy from the Pima Animal County Care and Control. So I sent him an email, but he's not going to do anything at this point, because then he deferred and said that it's up to the prosecutor, which technically, I guess, at the end of the day, it is the prosecutor who decides to prosecute or not, right? But this is what I sent to Steve, the guy from Pima Animal Care and Control. I said, it's getting down to the wire here for Snuggles. And so a group of us got together and we have a proposal for you. What if we get 10 dogs adopted to save Snuggles? Would you consider that? Save 10 lives to spare one. It will take some work, but if you're on board, we will get started. Of course, we are always promoting adopt, don't shop, but this would be specifically for adopting from the PACC. Let me know. I've seen a lot of questionable dog bite cases, but this is not that. This was a puppy, and the family is very reasonable and responsible and willing to do whatever it takes to save their dog. I said, starting off with getting him fixed. Please consider this offer and feel free to get in touch anytime with any questions, or if you're willing to accept, thank you. Now, of course, they didn't respond, and they probably are not going to respond, but oops, sorry, we're almost done. But I just thought that was, here is the thing about the lawyer. That's why I thought that maybe that would move them. If they really care about the dogs, wouldn't he take that offer and be like, okay, like, yeah, if like, you're going to come and help me right now get 10 more dogs homes. You would think if they actually cared about animals, they work there. Yeah, it is Pima County, that they would do something. But no, Pima County, you freaking suck. You're killing puppies, and then you can't even find Nancy. Like, what the hell? Like, it's just all, like, everyone who's like an official there needs to be gutted. They need to start all over. How close is Pima to where Britt is? Britt's in Arizona? Are you serious? Should I send this to her? If that's true, that would be pretty cool. Kenny says, like, taking the context out of text messages, there's usually more to the story when it comes to most dog bites, and they always take it out of the dog, and it pisses me off. Me too. And especially because this one, it's like they have so much land. You know what I mean? Like, this is like a dog's dream. This is like, it's going to be okay. The dog will be fine if they don't. It's not like they're going to have to go take it for walks. Like, they can give it plenty of exercise, on their own property, this. And that was the other part that I thought was so weird. This would happen on their own property. And the victim said they weren't a victim. So it's like, if there's no victim, why is the prosecutor wasting resources on someone who's not a victim? I'm sure there's plenty of victims of other crimes all around in Pima County that they could be putting their resources to. But this evil woman, decided to go after, because it started with her. Now it's on him, but it started with her. Screw you, Ronnie Byrne. I think she's a terrible person, honestly. But it's out of her hands now. Alan Merritt, it's on him. So, and, I really hope we can get this family a lawyer. I was just checking to see if she had responded. Oh, so she did respond, and she basically said, yeah, she was like, the family is so amazing, and they really are doing everything they can. They have all the good intentions. They, like, I don't know why they wouldn't negotiate. It was a puppy. And some of these animal bite cases, like, after one bite, they get a dangerous dog designation. And then, so it's like, if it happens again, then it's done. But this dog isn't even getting a chance. It's not even, I shouldn't be saying it's a dog. It was a puppy. like this puppy isn't even getting like getting a dog fixed, first of all, automatically is going to change the level of any sort of aggression. And then plus now he's 2 years old. The people who work at the shelter at the Pima Animal Care and Control said he's such a good calm dog, and they're not allowed to take him on walks, and that part really pisses me off. And so it's just like, what are they doing, these people? So it just, there's, I don't really, I won't necessarily advocate hard for a case unless I know all the facts, and I really do know really what happened here, and I know that this is a good, this family really cares, and I think they want to do the right thing. And I don't know what's going on with the prosecutors there, and why no one's willing to respond, and why they just want to randomly kill dogs. But I know I agree with this 1,000%. So, but if we can get that, if anyone knows a lawyer, they really need a lawyer. They're like, she's made so many calls, like, and I feel so bad. And I feel like I've maxed out on the people that I know down there. And yeah, I think I'm gonna just tell her maybe once again it's so hard because sometimes the insurance lawyers are good for things like this, like homeowners insurance, but then like her premium's gonna go up. So what are you gonna do? But let's just keep going. So if anyone knows any lawyers there, you send it to me. Vague says, my shepherd bit my ear, and then I came up from behind her, ended up, she wasn't feeling well and had a UTI. And that's usually how it is. Like if they're sick or something, or they're vulnerable. And like, I've learned a lot, like, from these cases, because honestly, I was bit really bad by Ozzy once when we first were bringing him in. Poor Ozzy had so many problems. Oh, you guys want to see him really quick? Hold on. He's outside. I don't know if you can see him, but oops. He bit me really bad, and he has the fangs, so it was like really deep. And I went to the doctor, and I said, oh yeah, this cat, at the time I was fostering, then I ended up adopting him. But he was like a cat. They like did not believe me a cat did that. I was like, yeah, a cat did that. Okay, cool. You can see it. I had to go check on my screen on a different thing. But yeah, he's just chilling outside, living his best life, right? But I'm lucky that where I live, they don't report that stuff, because like that would be so sad. So now we always know, if you do get bit by an animal and you have to get medical care, just say, oh, it was a stray. I don't know, it was a stray. Because, the fact that they're going after a dog, I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? So let me go back to my other screen. So I'm going to just check in with the chat. Now I can't even get out of this screen. Hold on. Maybe I have to. Here I am. Okay. Oops. So this was a wild. Thanks you guys for the people that stuck around. I am so sorry. It was so wild and crazy today. Like I didn't know they were going to be freaking testing the alarm like my entire stream. And also they were like totally late. Hold on. I'm not even sharing this. That was so annoying and so crazy. I'm so sorry. I might have to like delete this live. We'll see. But oh, wrong thing. I need to share this. Yeah. So let me just go to the chat. And thank you to the mods. Thank you to Laura and Khaleesi and Christina. It was so good to see everyone. And thank you so much for all your support this week, and for helping that, like hyping those videos was so cool. It really warmed my heart to see all that like support, because it means like Team Truth, and you guys get it, and you guys understood the importance of those like deletions of public records. There were some people who really just like don't get it, and I'm surprised no other creator has covered it, to be honest. I thought other ones were, but I guess people just don't think it's a big deal. Rosa, this stream will self-destruct in T-minus 30 seconds. It's self-destructing for sure. What a disaster. Oh, yes, your question, Mary. Make sure you give us your question. And thank you again, Mary, for becoming a member. Jungle Vet Jill for becoming a member, or renewing your membership, I think Mary said. And Jungle for becoming a member, you guys. I love it. That means so much. Thank you so much. Oops. And I'm just going to check in with the chat before we go. Mary, what is the story you want to talk about? Oh, that's so cute. You guys remember too. And honestly, Vague last week, I can't believe she remembered to say the thing about the ADT story, because that was so crazy. And I was so glad to be able to share it with you guys, because then, I mean, I was still it had all just happened, so I was still like, I'm still a little bit in shock about it. And you guys didn't make me realize, like, no, what that he did was like, that is crazy. Everything about that is crazy. And I've been freaking out, and maybe because, your computer algorithm can hear you or whatever, because now that I said, I was like, does he have Ebola? Now I just keep seeing everything on my feed is all Ebola. Like everything on my X feed keeps coming up. So I don't know if that's for everyone or just me, but I keep seeing things about Ebola. So I feel like it's here. You're good. At least ADT guy didn't blow up your toilet today. I know. But also, I was like, why is he running the alarms like that? Like it was nonstop. And I actually almost kind of annoyed that he left like before saying bye, because he did unplug some other things, and I hope he plugged them back in. Because what if my security doesn't work tonight? Well, I'm gonna have to test it. Maybe I'll test it. Yes. Okay. So you guys are the best. Are you going to give us your question, Mary? We're going to wait for your question. Here. Have you heard of the Anna Kepler's case? Yes. My apologies if you have covered it and I've missed it. Yeah. So for those that don't know, that was the one with the cruise. Like I said, shady things always happen on cruises. And remember, even like the ethics board was spooked by Blake Lively. A cruise, the ethics board for, what was it, Princess Cruises or something, was spooked by her. Which says a lot. But yeah, the Anna Kepler is so sad. It was basically like her stepbrother, they were on a cruise and he offed her. And then now they had a hearing. I think he's with the juvenile, right? But because the crime, they could charge him as an adult. I think that was the next part of the hearing, was like, do they send him to the adult prison or not? But I think right now he was staying at home. Oh, or was he taken to the juvenile? He was at home, then taken to the juvenile. I don't know. But what was really annoying was at one point, like his lawyer was trying to say something about like the meds, how like he had ADHD and then would take there was another medicine he had to take at night for insomnia. And it's just like, don't blame this on your ADHD, but like, and don't blame this on like not taking your meds for insomnia. This is disgusting. Like something's wrong with that kid. And I guarantee this was not the first incident. And so we're going to learn a lot more about that case. Right now, it's basically the most things we've learned about that case was in because of the custody case that was going on. That's how we found out so much of the information, because they were trying to hide a lot of the information for that case, but it's going to be coming out soon. So would you like to treat DFJ to a coffee today? There's my buy me a coffee. Well, thank you so much, Khaleesi. I really appreciate that. I don't know if I deserve one after this stream. I might delete this stream because I have to see how bad the audio was with all the noise and the ADT testing. But anyway, so what we're going to go out on today, he's at his uncle's house. Yes, that's right. He was at the uncle's house, which is so crazy. And yeah, because, oh my God, because like the step parents, kids, like they didn't want him around them or whatever. Like that is a crazy case. Man, they did that to me and I had strokes, had to change meds. Oh, they did? They gave you insomnia with ADHD? You got to deep dive that family. Really? Well, you guys, I have a lot of deep diving. I always have a full plate, pretty much a full plate. Right now, I'm super focused on saving Snuggles if we can. I'll even go down there and adopt a dog if it means we can save Snuggle. They have to go. I think there needs to be a little more attention on this case. So I'm just trying to share it and with everyone I can. If Britt really is an attorney in Arizona, I'm going to sending this to her right away. No, don't delete it. It's fine. No, but I just feel so bad. That was such a disaster. That was like, I'm like, really? You're going to be testing the alarm? They never even told me that they were doing whatever. Don't delete it. It had no audio. I know, but it had the alarm. They were testing the alarm. It was a good stream. You guys are so funny. I said the parents failed to give him his medication. Well, so she said that he didn't take his insomnia medicine that night, but it's like, do people with insomnia have to take it every single night? And also, why are they putting them together in the same room? She had apparently, well, her former boyfriend said something like the stepbrother would try to like mess with her, like come onto her, do other things to her at some points, and she was really uncomfortable around him or whatever. And it's just like, what the hell is happening here? That's not okay. Like, why are people so afraid to like, if your kid has a problem, to address it? People just like to like live in like la la land, I guess. It's crazy to me. It's like, if your kid has a problem, you need to address it. Please don't delete. Okay. But I just feel so bad. I felt like this whole thing was a disaster. Save Snuggles. Yeah, hashtag save Snuggles. The parents put him into cold turkey withdrawal. Non-excuse, but not helpful. So did they or did they not? Because she said that he was taking his ADHD every day, and that there was only 2 days he didn't take the insomnia on the cruise. One, she said, is because he fell asleep before he took it. And then the second time she said it was because she fell asleep. So, but maybe, I mean, insomnia medicine is like hardcore. They don't want that. Why is a kid on insomnia medication? You couldn't hear the alarm? Really? Are you sure? Because it was going off like the whole first 40 minutes of this stream. Anna's dad left her mom for their 15-year-old, oh my God, babysitter who became his second wife. And now he's on his third wife, who is the perp's mom. Oh my God, Mary, are you serious? Okay. Am I going to have to look into this? I didn't know that part of it. That must have been in one of the filings, right? Of the custody case, I'm guessing, because that's where we learned most of the information. It wasn't a big deal. You can barely hear. Okay. Well, I know that Christina literally always has my back, and she'll always tell me if something is bad or whatever. So, and Khaleesi and Laura, all three of these ladies, I mean, they really are the best. They are the backbone of like any stream you pretty much watch on YouTube. Even from like the little, creator over here to like, the biggest ones who have covered this case, they help everyone. And so, although Khaleesi started here first, just letting you know, I had her first. Mary said, and there are other grandparents, family members on registers for messing with kids. Ugh, you guys. What state is this again? Was it Florida? I think it was Florida. There's always Florida. Mods be fighting? No, the mods never fight. Okay, so hey, Jen's Happy Places. I'm late and have gone to the beginning. Okay, well, let me know how it is. It was a little hectic. You said, I literally need you to do a deep dive on this, please. I trust you with my information gathering needs. I trust you too, girl. You're good at it. But I'll see what I can do. Because who's on it is Brian Enton, and I love listening to him. Like if I'm like doing chores. And tomorrow, this is the only slide that didn't make it on. It was going to be a PSA, though. I don't know. It just never made it in. But tomorrow I have to. Do you guys know like those decals you can put on your windows so the birds don't crash into your windows? So I've had mine up, and I guess after like a certain amount of time, the sun takes off like the reflectiveness of them. Because then I had a bird run into the window for the first time in like 2 years. That was so sad. And so so what I'm doing tomorrow is I'm taking them all off and then putting on a whole new set of them. And so that was my PSA. I have really good ones. I'll link them in the description. But any of them, and just look up like I think it's like bird. God, what is the word for it? Collision proof. It's like bird collision proof decals for your windows, and they have some really pretty ones. And I just get these really pretty white ones, and yeah, I'm gonna have to do that. So, anyways, I think I don't know. Maybe on Sunday, CJ and I might get together again for another Larry Maletti update one. There were some things that have came out in that this week. I have to check in with her, so don't quote me on that. But besides that, yeah, I hope everyone has a really, really good weekend. I absolutely love thank you so much again, so much again for all the hypes and all the love. I really appreciate it. Start an Amazon storefront for stuff like this, and when people buy, you can earn. Well, here, I'll do it for free. Do you want me to just show you really quick? Because I know I took a screenshot of it because it was supposed to go in a slide. Oh, here it is. I'm going to put it right here. So these are the ones I get from Amazon. And I just put them because so the birds don't hit the windows. And they're so pretty because then like the sun, it makes like a shadow onto the wall of the bird. So then inside your home, you also, it looks really cool. They're awesome. But I'll link the actual ones I get in the chat. And they're not commissioned. I'm just saying this because I hate ever for any animals to ever have anything happen to them. So on that note, so what we're going to go out with is, speaking of animals and speaking of adoptions, so I'm just going to share this happy TikTok video I have. Let me just get to it really quick. I'll have to go back to my screen. And it was the one that I totally lost the video now. Oh, here it is. And it was the one that I have on TikTok that this one actually went viral. It has over 3 million views. I made it 1 month after Dave Portnoy from Barstool, after he adopted that like pit bull, the one that was like in a hoarding breeding situation. She's like 6 years old, I think, and her name is MissPeaches. And so it was his whole 1 month journey with her. And it was such a joy. I literally watched it every day because she went from like literally she had never seen stairs before. She like had never been given a toy before. She was like, and then also she had never really gone on walks before. So she would just like stop walking, like they go Starbucks, she would stop walking. And so I just like put little clips of from his Insta from the whole month to show the progress, because literally in only 1 month, she was running up and down the stairs. She was playing with toys and such a happy dog. And now they even have a beagle. So all of that's really cool. And so that's what we're going to go out on. I love everyone. I hope you have an amazing weekend, and I will see you all soon. Here we go. Now it's not going to play.
Peaches is an angel. She's 6, and she's had a horrible life up till about a week ago. She was in a neglect, breeding, hoarding situation in Atlanta.
And I fostered a lot, but like she is the sweetest soul I've ever met.
I love that.
Like,
can you not do stairs? Come on. One stair. Come on. Fine, I'll carry you.
She doesn't know how to play with toys. Because I don't think anybody's ever given that pretty girl toys. So Miss Peach took her peach out. She's becoming. Peaches now is she's just done walking. She's not a walking dog. Miss Peaches. My girl says, she doesn't want to walk anymore. She's been through too much to walk one step that she doesn't want to walk. Come on, we gotta find a stroller. Go down the stairs. Come on, Peaches. Look at you, show me the big girl. Come on, Peaches. Not a girl. Show her how strong you are in the morning. Let's go. Isn't beautiful? Let's get the raincoat on for the rain. Oh, Miss Peaches, you're a beauty star. Look at you strut, Miss Peaches, on the runway.
And selling t-shirts. We've raised actually now about $150,000 for the organization. There's so many dogs in shelters. All right, Miss Peaches, we're gonna say goodbye now. We're leaving, Miss Peaches. Well, that's Miss Peaches. So you're gonna see a lot more Miss Peaches because I just adopted Miss Peaches. Come on, Miss Girl. Say goodbye. You're gonna be a superstar.